Yo guys, I am back with the second video of the F1 Simracing Championship. We are now in round 3, Austria. Very known track, this one. We've come here probably, I think, every single year so far, from what I remember. But yeah, as we know, qualifying here is gonna be the closest it's gonna be on the whole calendar, I think, along with Zandvoort. So very important qualifying session. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the previous video of Jeddah. If you haven't seen that one, make sure to go check it out. It was a chaotic race, to say the least, but I'm sure this one will be no slouch at all. Actually, if you guys watched Austria live when it happened a few 2 months ago or a month ago and a bit, you know this was probably one of the most controversial races in F1 Esports history, as you guys will see during the race what happens. But yeah, not really sure what to say about it. It is what it is, but we just have to do our best and keep going. There's not much we can do now. It's kind of just fun for me now to watch back these races. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen these onboards yet. This is the first time I'm rewatching, so I'm learning with you guys, or relearning with you guys, what happened. So I just want to give you the most raw and fresh POV, or like opinions about my onboard as possible. So yeah, as we come on to the last 2 corners, we're gonna start our first quali lap in Q1. From what I remember, I was not great in Austria. I was actually struggling a lot coming into this track. I really did not feel comfortable at all. I mean, I was consistent, but it was consistently slow. I was never fast like Barry was. I don't know why, I just never found a setup that suited my driving style, I guess. So yeah, as we turn 1 was very good. 9.6 first, very solid sector 1. I guess I'm just in session merchant because that's my PB sector 1 for Q1. So yeah, good start to the lap. Turn 3 was managed very well as well. It's basically, if you nail turn 1 and turn 3, you're set for a very good lap, and as I did myself now. So I just need to bring it home, and hopefully this lap would be enough to pass Q1, as we stay in 6th gear here. I know many people stay in 5th, but I feel like 6th is a bit quicker, as we missed the apex a little bit, but we did a 0.9 split. A 0.9 split is absolutely really fast for Q1, especially for your banker. But here I went so cautious, and yeah, I remember now. I went wide on the exits of the last 2, and imagine, we were only 3 milliseconds off P1, and we lost more than a tenth in the last 2 corners. We lost so much time. But I knew I had to go out again, because that lap would be deleted because I went wide and off the track. And as we absolutely nail turn 1, and I mean nail, I think is it up 9-0 first in Q1? At least for me, that was very fast. And as we also nail turn 3. So at this moment, I'm like, sheesh, I'm on like an absolute banger here. I don't need to take any risk whatsoever, because all I need to do is match my delta and just do a normal last 2 corners without going wide. So I really don't want to push at this point. As you can see, that was very cautious. 0.4 split, and we lost so much time. So yeah, we're now 40-50 up now on the delta. Time to just not invalidate the last 2 corners. Very cautious as well. Look how much space we leave on the outside there, and look at the amount of time we gain here on the exit. Yeah, very cautious, just to pass. We do a 0.05, which gets beaten by Freddy by just about 20 milliseconds. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I feel very good right now, and I'm fast. Like, P2 is very good, especially because this is Freddy's best track. I think his PB here was absolutely mental. So I felt very good after Q1. Confident for Q2 as we start our first lap. I think this is on used tires, but I will show it to you guys, and I think that is because I was on a very good lap on used tires. It was on 9.8 first. It could be better, to be honest. Used tires on this track are relatively good, probably the best out of any other track, just purely because of the fact that this track is so short. You don't really have too much tire wear, so you can still do a good lap, but you have to send it, which is what I tried to do this lap around, as Alvaro goes net P1 or net provisional P1 with a 0.18. Let's see if we can maybe beat that. 0.17 split, not too bad, only about a tenth and a bit off what we did in Q1, but our last sector was very, very bad in Q1, so we're still on for a low 1, maybe a high 0 lap time, which is it's decent, you know, it has it's good lap for used tires in my opinion. So yeah, a 1.13 kind of safe last sector once again, but we are P2 after the bunkers on used tires, so again, very surprised with the pace there. Maybe everyone else is choking a little bit as it's a very easy track to invalidate, but yeah, anyway, as we go on now for our first fresh tire run of Q2, as we don't nail turn 1 too much, it's still a lowish 9, but we went quicker in Q1, so we should be going quicker in Q2. 0.928, let's see if we can nail the hairpin a little bit here, as I think we do. We have a really good hairpin there, so again, on for a really good lap once again. But yeah, I want to aim, if I could here, to only use one set of tires for Q2, which is always very, very hard, especially with this grid, because I had to use 2 tires in Q1, which was very unfortunate. But, you know, I made a mistake, so it is what it is. As we do a 0.001 split, which is only like 30 quicker than my Q1, but it just shows how fast that Q1 lap was going to be. And yeah, we're on for maybe a high 8, low 9 here if we do a really good last sector, which I think we do pretty well. Not the most on the limit, but it's a 0.89, and that is absolutely rapid for a Q2 banker. That's probably, I think that is my PB Q2 banker. So yeah, we skip to the end here. I don't go out again on a new set of tires, and we pass in P3, 50 off Freddy. Again, Freddy showing how quick he is around the track, this track here. He did a 0.3 middle, which is already so fast even for Q3. My 0.7 felt really, really good, but honestly, in Austria, if you're starting P1 or P5, doesn't change too much. Out in Q2, as you can see, Jarno Opmeer and Alfie as well. So at this point, championship contenders, you know, Alfie, very, very fast. Jarno, as we know, Wilson out in Q2 as well, but P11 very, very close. As you about 1 millisecond. Yeah, look at those gaps. Yeah, and Alvaro P14. I'm not sure who's P15. I can't really see. Ulas P8 making appearance in Q3 as well. Jed's been very fast all year, to be honest. He's always up there, him alongside Tom Manley, very often in the Q3s, so GG's to them. But yeah, now we're on to Q3. It's all or nothing, basically. We are now on my first run, which is on used tires, because I only have one set of... Actually, no. I have 2 sets because I used only one in Q2, so we have 2 sets of fresh tires, so that's very, very good advantage for us. 9.1 sector 1, again, slower than my Q1. Yeah, I should be doing at least an 8.7, something like that in Q3. There's no reason why I should be going slower, but it's just one corner, so I guess it can happen. Sector 2 looking alright so far. At this point, my mindset is just send it, because I have 2 runs, I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So 0.99 split, which is okay. It's alright. We're looking to do low 9 splits for Q3. So yeah, we're still a little bit off, but we're just going to send it here a little bit in the last sector. And we're going to do a 1 minute 2.88. So 20 off Thomas. Good start, good banker. We are P2 after the first lap, so again, everything to win and nothing to lose at this moment. So we're just going to absolutely send it this lap, because I know the lap times are going to improve drastically. And turn 1, as I've been telling you guys, I've been struggling so much in Austria, and it was always because of turn 1. I could never get turn 1 right, and it's kind of coming back to me. I only got turn 1 correct the first 2 runs in Q1, and since then I'm just struggling to do it. But yeah, it's still a low 9. It's still decent. We do very good turn 3 though. We gain a lot of time there. Turn 4 very tricky. Stay in 4th gear. Go around on the outside curve there a little bit, but be careful. It's very easy to lose your car. Downshift to 6th gear. Stay tight, because the tighter line is just faster. Push the throttle. 9.5 split. It's a good split. We're on for a good low mid 7 lap time, which is, we predicted that to be pole for sure. As Freddy does a 0.76, as I just said. But here we got tiny, and I mean tiny bit wide. It must have been millimeter. That would have been a 774, which would put us P3, I think. Or P4, actually. It would put us P4. But yeah, instead of starting P4, we start P6. It's not a huge deal. It's just a little bit of annoying because then now I need to get past, as you can see, 3 Red Bull teammates in front of me, in between me and Barry. So good job to Barry to, again, start P2, just like in Jeddah. Yeah, myself P6, Jake P7, Brendan P8, Ulas 9. And I didn't see Lucas P10. So yeah, that was the grid. If you wanted to go, if you want to go back and pause and check the grid out, but yeah, we decide to start on the medium tires, alongside Josh and Jake also starting on the medium, Jed on the hard. So our main objective in the first few laps is to pass all the hard runners possible, if there is any other one apart from Jed. I think actually Thomas in P1 at the moment is on the hard tires, so we hopefully look to pass him as well. As here we try to make a move around the outside of the hairpin, we're gonna see so many side-by-side moments around the hairpin here. It's just the nature of the track and the racing around here. There's nothing you can do. You just always have to be prepared for a send, either on the inside or on the outside of that corner. Yeah, we just settle in behind as Barry passes Thomas now and takes the lead of the race. So we're in a pretty good position. Myself and Barry, P1 and P6. Then there's the 2 Red Bulls though, P3 and P5, our direct championship contenders. So it's a big race. If something goes wrong for one of us, it could be a big swing of points for one or the other team. So a lot of pressure is on this race at the moment. We're gonna do our best to outscore them for sure. Just gotta keep an eye on my ERS here and my tires, because we don't know how long we're gonna have to drive, how long the stint is gonna be. It all depends on when people pit and stuff. So there's never a perfect pit window or pit lap. It's always constantly changing. As Josh here tries to make a move on Jed, I think Jed will not fight it too hard, but he is now. I think they're just both trying to defend from me, to be honest. There's no need for Josh to pass. They're on different strategies. They'll get past anyway. As we skip now to lap 4, Josh is on the inside of Jed, I think defending from me. They do double side-by-side contact, and now we try, I think, yeah, I will spam my ERS to try and pass Jed. Hopefully he doesn't fight it too hard, which he does. I mean, fair enough, because he's trying to defend for his team. But we go around the outside here on the curb. Oh, here we go very, very close to each other. I have a little bit of contact, but I have the inside for this left-hander, which I touched the curb a little bit, and I touched his rear tire, so it was a bit too tight. It was hard, fair racing. There's nothing bad to be said about that one there. It was fair racing. But now we skip to lap 12. Josh goes into the pits from the medium to the hard. That's very early to pit. So I was surprised, which now means I changed my whole plan. Freddy goes a bit deep there. I'm not sure why. Almost hits the back of Thomas, but yeah. So now I have to react. I can't let Freddy pit by himself and then be with Josh and lead the race and work together. So in my mind now, I pit, and when I come out the pit, I overtake one of the Red Bulls, so that when Barry comes out of the pits the lap after, we have an easier time dealing with them. So at this point, it's a net 1-2 Red Bull 3-4 Ferrari. I will explain you guys why now, as only me and Freddy pit lap 13, which is still pretty early, but I just have to, because I have to think of the Constructor Championship and I have to be with the Red Bulls. So Lucas follows us into the pits, as well as Alvaro and Jarno as well pits lap 13 with us. So now what's crucial is I have to get past one of the Red Bulls, and I'm just gonna spam all my ERS to do it, if that's what it takes. It doesn't have to be exactly this outlap, it could be the lap after. I just know I have to do it. But you can see now, when I'm telling you it's P1, P2, Red Bull, P3, P4, Ferrari, because look at Barry. Barry's leading that train, and when he pits now, he's going to be right behind me. So it was going to be a pure Red Bull versus Ferrari fight. But as we know, lap 14, Lucas's game crashed, and I think it should be soon. Yeah, there it is now. Virtual safety car has been deployed. This has never happened in F1 Esports history, and in the rulebook, it's always been allowed. It's always been activated, the safety car, the VSC. We just never used it. This was one of the first instances where someone has crashed out of the lobby of the game, and the race control decided to put a VSC out, but that meant that it destroyed the whole race. The whole race has changed now. I didn't even know what to say or think at this point, because Lucas was already out of contention. He was already at the back of the train. Then his game crashed, so he's like another 20 or 30 odd seconds behind the train. There was just no way he was gonna come back into the race, even with a VSC. So I just feel like it was kind of unneeded, this very VSC. It changed the course of the championship quite a lot. So I think after this race, every team, or we all had, I think there was a vote, and we decided to get rid of the VSCs, because let's be honest, if your game crashes or something goes wrong, there's no way you are back into the race. It's just not possible with how close the gaps are. So yeah, we are now genuinely net P9, because 3 people didn't pit from the hards. They didn't pit, so they're going longer, which is the wrong call, by the way. That is not a good call. Like Thomas, Jed, and Ulas, all 3 should have pitted to mediums, because the mediums do make it to the end. And you will see why later on, why they didn't pit. But yeah, at this point we are net P9. Not good, to be honest. We are stuck behind Freddy. Wilson is ahead of us as well with fresher tires. It just all went downhill. I mean, Barry is still P1, net P1 at the moment. We will see what happens later on. But now I'm just stuck here, and I have to get past these Red Bulls, and I'm not really sure how to do that. So yeah, I guess I'll have to find a way. But I know Freddy is not too harsh on the racing and doesn't defend too hard, as he actually gets past both of them now. I think Freddy will pass Wilson now. I think Josh let them by as well, because Josh had all the tires too. So now we try to capitalize on Josh here, and we try to use my ERS go around the outside of the hairpin. I can't outbrake myself because there's Freddy right there. So they're doing very good team play here by boxing me in, and I can't do anything. But Josh here, I don't know why. No idea why, he just doesn't defend. Maybe he was out of ERS, I'm not too sure, and he couldn't defend me. But yeah, I get past one of the Red Bulls, and that makes my life so much easier to fight them. Being in between is so important. But yeah, Wilson, I think, lost the DRS train. Not sure why. I think his pace was very bad. Like, he was struggling a lot in the race, I think. So we have to get past them as soon as possible, even if that meant that my ERS would be a bit low. Yeah, as you can see, Wilson is flashing as well. So not sure how he lost the DRS that much. But yeah, here's what it is. We pass him now, and we're in a semi-good position. We're now net P... No, we're just P8. But as you can see on the minimap, Ulas was holding everybody up. I think he lost us 4-5-ish seconds, if not more, the train, and just let Alfie pass. So now Alfie is 3 seconds in front of the train and has the freest win on his bag. But remember when I told you about Jed and Thomas? Yeah, well, they did the wrong strategy by not pitting in the VSC, but it worked out perfectly because I think Thomas knew that Ulas would be causing this chaos. And now Thomas is on way fresher tires, and I'm talking like 8-lap fresher tires, I think, at this point. So there will be no way to defend from him at all. And once he catches us, it will be very clear. As now we're bunched up back into the pack for net P2, basically. As Barry and Brendan have a little bit of a moment there. Not sure who's at fault or whatever happened there. As Thomas now is behind me on those giga fresh mediums. I'm not even fighting Thomas. I mean, I will try maybe one lap just to see what kind of grip and pace he has. But I think I soon realize how much quicker his tires are. As Brendan goes side by side with Freddy. And at this point, I know Brendan is flashing. And I'm like, okay, perfect. This is my opportunity I'm just gonna use my ERS here, and he can't do anything. He can't defend me. I'm just faster on the straight with the ERS. As Thomas is down my inside, but luckily he just stays behind and doesn't cause too much trouble. We go a little bit wide, but we lift, so we don't get the warning. And Thomas here, I know he's just way too fast. I'm not defending. I'm just, Thomas, go ahead. I will try and follow you, cause some chaos, and gain me some free positions. Thank you. So yeah, Jed, same thing with Jed. He has way fresher tires, but I do use a little bit of ERS to see if I can defend from him. But I don't know if I can. Thomas goes out the inside of Freddy, passes him so easily, and Jed as well. I can't defend that. Tires are too much grippy, too good. The tires are cooking right now, so yeah. Just need to accept my fate. Thank you to the VSC. Thank you. Yeah. As we skip on to lap 32 now, we're still P8 and Barry's P6 somehow. Something went wrong with his race or ERS management. I'm not too sure. I don't remember now. But yeah, here is where Barry got a pen for this. Barry got a pen for what happened there with Jed, but Jed moved under braking. I don't know, it was just weird, but that at least made me pass Freddy, which was crucial for the Constructor Championship, because now I'm ahead of both Red Bulls, so that's, I guess, better than nothing, you know. I mean, we're not scoring the greatest points as a team, but at least we're still outscoring our direct competitors. And now we're on the penultimate lap here. The only thing I can do here is pray that I can send one down the inside of Jed, as we do. We both leave space. It was good fair racing. Once again, me and Jed, looks like we have a lot of racing together against each other. As we're on that last lap now with 50% ERS, not as much ERS as I would have wanted, but I also had to think of Freddy behind me because he wanted to pass me quite a few times. But yeah, also my tires are, as you can see on the bottom right, they're way past 60%, and it started raining, so there's absolutely no grip at all. Tires are gone, rain is coming down. I need to be so careful on the throttle. Short shifting to 4th even there, which we never ever do. But yeah, I just need to accept P7 here. I can't do anything. It is what it is. Alfie with the freest win possible. He's 3 seconds up the road. Thomas got all the way up to P2 because of the Ulas thing and his fresh tires. And I'm not too sure who's P3 actually. Oh, they're fighting around actually. Thomas and... is that Ismail? I think it would be Ismail. So Ismail getting P2 or P3 and P3? I don't remember. So he had a very good first 2 races of the event. Ismail, double podiums. And I think he was even event champion or something like that. So GG's to Ismail. He did very good. Barry finishing P5 up with a penalty, drops down outside of the points, and I will finish P6. So that's only 8 points for to my name. And Freddy behind myself. Yeah, I don't really know. The race was just unfortunate. Nothing I could have done. VSC destroyed our race, or my race mainly. And yeah, I think P6 was the highest I could have hoped for after that. Alfie winning from P13, Ismail P3 from P16. Yeah, it was just... yeah, it is what it is. Next race will be Silverstone. Hopefully we can bounce back once again. Yeah, Silverstone, good race for us. So I'm excited to see how that goes. I don't actually remember how... I think actually no, quali was very, very fun. I think that was one of the most fun qualis of the whole year. So thank you guys for watching today's video in Austria, and I'll see you guys for the next one in Silverstone in a few days' time. Ciao, ciao.